My beloved soul, stop what you are doing right now, because this message is not reaching you by accident. This is not random. This is not just another video. There is a reason your eyes are locked on these words at this exact moment. June 9th has been marked not by man, not by chance, but by the hand of God Himself. And what is about to unfold on that day will shake everything you thought was stable, everything you believed was certain, and everything you trusted without question. Listen carefully, because this is urgent. You are being instructed to sit down, to become still, to lock your doors, not out of fear but out of divine positioning. Because when heaven begins to move, when God releases His power into the earth, those who are not aligned will feel confusion, but those who are prepared will witness revelation. This is not a test. This is not symbolic. This is real, and it is closer than you think. There has been a stirring in the spiritual realm, something ancient, something powerful, something that has been building quietly behind the scenes of your life. You may have felt it without understanding it, a strange tension, a shift in energy, a feeling that something is about to change. That feeling was not your imagination. That was your spirit picking up on a divine signal. And now, that signal is becoming a warning. Archangel Michael is stepping forward in this hour, not gently, not silently, but with authority. His presence is not coming to entertain curiosity, but to protect, to reveal, and to prepare. There are things hidden around you, things you have not yet seen clearly. Truths that have been covered, situations that have been disguised, and people who have not shown their real intentions. And on June 9th, the veil begins to tear. Do you understand what that means? It means what was hidden will not stay hidden. What was whispered in secret will echo loudly. What was built on illusion will not be able to stand when truth enters the room. And in that moment, everything will feel like it is shaking, not because God wants to harm you, but because He is removing what was never meant to stay. That is why you must sit down. That is why you must lock your doors. Because this moment is not about running, it is about witnessing. It is about being still enough to see clearly when the shift happens. Many will panic because they do not understand what is unfolding. But you were called here, right now, to be prepared. This is your warning and also your protection. Do not brush this off. Do not delay. Something is aligning. Something is moving into place. And once it begins, there will be no stopping it. The question is not whether it will happen. The question is, will you be ready when it does? Because June 9th is not just a date, it is a turning point. There is something I need you to recognize. Something you may have dismissed too quickly. The signs have already begun. Long before this message reached you, long before you heard anything about June 9th, your spirit was already being prepared. The discomfort you couldn't explain, the sudden shifts in your emotions, the moments where everything felt off without any visible reason, those were not coincidences. Those were signals. You may have noticed how your peace has been interrupted lately. Things that once felt normal now feel unsettling. Conversations that once flowed easily now feel heavy, forced, or even suspicious. It's as if a quiet awareness has been growing inside you, whispering, something isn't right. That whisper is not fear, it is discernment. It is the voice of your spirit awakening to truth. And what about your dreams? Think carefully. Have they become more vivid, more intense, perhaps even confusing or symbolic? Many have been experiencing dreams that don't make sense on the surface, yet leave behind a strong emotional imprint. These are not random fragments of the mind. These are spiritual messages trying to reach you in a language beyond logic. Heaven hath been speaking, softly at first, but now, the volume is increasing. You may have also felt a strange pull toward isolation. Not loneliness, but a need to step back, to observe, to detach from certain people or environments. It might have felt uncomfortable, even unnatural at times. But that distance was necessary. Because when truth begins to surface, clarity requires space. God has been repositioning you, even when you didn't understand why. And then there's the sudden exposure of small truths, little things you started noticing about people, about situations, about your own life. Things you overlooked before now stand out sharply. Patterns you ignored now seem obvious. It's like your eyes are being opened layer by layer. That is not accidental. That is preparation. Because what is coming on June 9th will not be subtle. The signs you've been experiencing are like tremors before a quake. They are warnings not to create fear, but to create awareness. You are being gently shaken now so that when the greater shaking comes, you will not be caught off guard. You will recognize it. You will understand it. And most importantly, you will not be controlled by it. There is a reason why some people around you seem to be acting differently. Some may have become distant, others unusually close. Some may have shown sides of themselves you never expected. This is all part of the unveiling. The masks are starting to slip, even before the full revelation arrives. Pay attention to these shifts, because they are showing you what words cannot. Archangel Michael has been guiding this process quietly. His presence has been near, shielding you from what you are not yet ready to face, while gradually revealing what you need to see. He does not overwhelm, he prepares. And right now, preparation is exactly what is happening in your life. You were never meant to ignore these signs. But many do. Many brush them aside, distract themselves, or explain them away with logic. And when the moment of truth arrives, they are left confused, ungrounded, and overwhelmed. That is not your path. That is not why you are here. You are here because something inside you chose to listen. So do not silence that inner knowing now. Do not doubt what you have been feeling. Every shift, every sign, every moment of unease has been leading you to this point, to this awareness, to this warning. Because when June 9th arrives, it will not introduce something new, it will reveal what has been there all along. There is a moment in time when everything changes without asking for permission, and that moment is approaching faster than most people realize. June 9th is not just about revelation. It is about separation. A line is being drawn, not by human hands, but by divine authority. And once that line is revealed, nothing will remain in the middle. Everything will be shown for what it truly is. Right now, many are still living in what feels like normalcy. They wake up, they go about their routines, they interact with others as if everything is stable. But beneath its surface, something deeper is already unfolding. The separation has already begun in the spiritual realm, it just hasn't fully manifested in the physical yet. And when it does, it will be undeniable. This is the moment where truth divides illusion, where authenticity stands apart from deception, where those who walk in light become clearly distinct from those who have been operating in hidden darkness. And this separation will not always look dramatic at first. It may come quietly, subtly, through sudden realizations and undeniable clarity. But make no mistake, it will be powerful. There are people in your life right now who will not walk the same path with you after this moment. Not because you are better, and not because they are worse, but because truth creates distance where illusion once created comfort. You may begin to see intentions more clearly. Words that once sounded sincere may suddenly feel empty. Actions that once seemed harmless may reveal deeper meanings. This is not meant to create fear or isolation. It is meant to bring alignment. Archangel Michael stands at the center of this separation, holding the sword of truth. This is not a symbol. It is a spiritual reality. His role in this moment is to cut through deception, to remove confusion, and to protect those who are willing to see clearly. But understand, this truth can feel uncomfortable before it feels freeing, because it requires you to let go of what you once believed. You may find yourself questioning things you never questioned before. You may feel a sudden urge to pull back, to observe rather than engage. That is not weakness, that is wisdom. Because during separation, discernment becomes your greatest protection. And here is what many are not prepared for. Some of the revelations will come from places you trusted the most. This is why you were told to sit down. This is why you were told to be still. Because reacting too quickly, speaking too soon, or moving without clarity can place you in confusion. But when you remain still, when you allow truth to fully reveal itself, you will see everything exactly as it is meant to be seen. There will be no more guessing, no more wondering, no more trying to interpret hidden meanings. Everything will stand exposed in its raw, undeniable form. This is divine separation, and it is necessary, because what God is about to build in your life cannot stand on unstable foundations. Anything that carries deception, anything that operates in half-truths, anything that drains your spirit while pretending to support it, must be removed. Not later. Not eventually. Now. So if you begin to feel distance, if you begin to notice shifts, if certain connections begin to fall away, do not resist it. Do not chase what is leaving. Do not hold on to what is being removed. Because what is being taken away is making space for what truly belongs in your life. Archangel Michael is not only revealing truth, he is clearing the path ahead of you. This is not loss. This is alignment. And as intense as it may feel, as unexpected as it may seem, you must remember this: you are not being left behind. You are being guided forward into a reality that is no longer built on illusion. So stand firm in your spirit. Stay grounded in your awareness. And trust that what is unfolding is not meant to break you. It is meant to free you. If this message is speaking directly to your spirit, if you can feel the weight of truth settling within you, then do not ignore it. Type "I receive the truth" in the comments right now. Blessing code 4411 has just been activated over your life. And as this truth begins to separate what no longer belongs, understand this sacred opportunity placed before you. This message is not just reaching you. It is reaching countless souls who are still asleep, still searching, still waiting for a sign. When you choose to support this mission, you are not giving to a channel. You are becoming a vessel through which light travels further. The word says, "Those who sow in righteousness will reap a harvest of unfailing love." And this is your moment to plant that seed. If you feel it in your heart, say it boldly: "I am helping this message reach the one who needs it most." Your support through Super Thanks or PayPal, found in every description and even through the QR code on the screen, is not a small act. It is a prophetic movement. As you give, you are opening rivers where there was dryness, releasing light where there was confusion. Heaven sees your obedience, and blessings will follow your seed. Step into this moment and act now. There is a sacred instruction being given to you, and it may seem simple on the surface, but it carries a depth that many will not understand until it is too late. You have been told to sit down, to be still, to lock your doors. And now you must understand why this matters more than ever. Stillness is not weakness. It is not passivity. It is not avoidance. Stillness in moments like the one approaching, is alignment with divine order. Because when God begins to move in a powerful way, human movement, especially rushed, emotional, or reactive movement, can place you out of position. And being out of position during a spiritual shift can lead to confusion, fear, and misinterpretation. June 9th is not a day for rushing to respond. It is not a day for trying to control outcomes or force understanding. It is a day for observation, a day for awareness, a day for allowing what hath been hidden to fully reveal itself without interference. And the only way to do that clearly is through stillness. Think about this carefully. When water is disturbed, you cannot see through it. Everything becomes blurred and unclear, distorted. But when the water becomes still, even the smallest details beneath the surface become visible. That is exactly what is about to happen in your life. Truth is about to rise to the surface, but if you are moving too fast, reacting too quickly, or allowing emotions to take control, you may miss what is being shown to you. Stillness creates clarity, and clarity is your protection. Many people, when faced with sudden change or unexpected revelation, feel the need to act immediately. They speak too soon. They confront too quickly. They make decisions based on incomplete understanding. And in doing so, they disrupt the very process that was meant to guide them. That is why this instruction is so important. You are being told in advance, do not react. Do not rush. Do not interfere. Sit down. Lock your doors. Not just physically, but spiritually and emotionally as well. Lock your mind from panic. Lock your heart from impulsive reactions. Lock your spirit into a position of trust. Because what is unfolding is not chaos. It is divine order being restored. An order often looks like disruption before it settles into peace. There is also a deeper layer to this instruction that you must not overlook. When you are still, you become more aware of the presence around you. The guidance becomes clearer. The protection becomes stronger. Archangel Michael does not operate in confusion. He operates in precision. And when you align yourself with stillness, you step into that precision. You may feel moments of tension as the day approaches. You may feel the urge to reach out to certain people, to ask questions, to seek explanations. But hold that urge, because premature action can cloud what is meant to be revealed in its full form. What you are about to witness requires patience, and patience requires trust. Trust that what is being uncovered is happening for your benefit. Trust that what is being removed is not meant to harm you but to protect you. Trust that even if things feel uncertain for a moment, clarity is already on its way. This is not about hiding. This is about positioning. There is a difference between retreating in fear and stepping back in wisdom. What you are being called to do is not to hide from what is coming, but to position yourself so that you can see it clearly without being overwhelmed by it. Because once the moment passes, once the shaking settles, once the truth has fully revealed itself, you will need that clarity to move forward correctly. And the decisions you make after that moment will shape what comes next in your life. So prepare yourself now. Create space for stillness. Remove distractions. Pay attention to your inner state. Because when June 9th arrives, the noise around you may increase, but your power will be found in your ability to remain calm, grounded, and aware. You were not given this instruction to limit you. You were given this instruction to protect you. And if you follow it, if you trust it, if you remain still when everything else feels like it's shifting, you will not only witness the truth, you will understand it. There is something happening around you right now that your physical eyes cannot fully see, yet your spirit has already sensed it. A battle is unfolding, not in the way the world describes conflict, not with visible weapons or loud confrontations, but in a deeper, unseen dimension where truth and deception are colliding. And whether people realize it or not, this battle is influencing thoughts, emotions, decisions, and outcomes in ways that feel subtle but are incredibly powerful. This is not meant to frighten you. It is meant to awaken you. Because once you understand that there is more happening than what appears on the surface, you begin to move differently. You stop reacting to everything as if it is purely physical, and you start discerning what carries a deeper spiritual weight. And right now, that awareness is more important than ever. There are forces that thrive in confusion. They operate quietly, feeding on distraction, encouraging doubt, and amplifying fear. They do not always show themselves directly. Instead, they influence situations, distort communication, and create tension where there once was peace. You may have noticed how small misunderstandings have recently felt bigger than they should. How simple situations have turned complicated without clear reason. That is not always coincidence. It is interference. But here is what you must hold on to: for every force that operates in darkness, there is a greater force operating in light. And that light is not passive. It is active. It is precise. And it is already moving in your favor. Archangel Michael is not distant in this moment. He is present. He is engaged. His role is not just symbolic protection. It is strategic defense. He stands in the unseen places where you cannot go, blocking what you do not even realize was sent against you. He intercepts what was meant to confuse you. He cuts away what was meant to entangle you. And as June 9th approaches, that activity intensifies. Because when truth is about to be revealed, resistance always rises first. Not to stop the truth, but to delay it, to distort it, or to make you question it when it arrives. This is why some of you have felt more mentally overwhelmed than usual, more uncertain, more pulled in different directions. It is not because you are losing clarity. It is because clarity is trying to break through, and something is resisting that breakthrough. This is the hidden battle, and your role in it is not to fight harder. Your role is to stay aligned, because alignment places you under protection. It places you in a position where the noise cannot control you, where confusion cannot take root, where fear cannot dominate your thinking. And that alignment is strengthened through awareness, through stillness, and through trust in what you have already been shown. You do not need to engage every situation. You do not need to respond to every shift. Some things are being handled for you in ways you cannot see yet. And stepping into those moments prematurely can disrupt what is already being resolved on your behalf. That is why you were told to be still. Because while you are still, the battle continues. While you are calm, things are being cleared. While you are observing, truth is being positioned to reveal itself without obstruction. There are also moments when you may feel a sudden heaviness without explanation. A wave of emotion that does not seem to belong to you. A sense of pressure that comes and goes. These are moments when the unseen battle brushes close to your awareness. And in those moments, you must not panic. You must not claim that heaviness as your own. You must let it pass, knowing that it is not rooted in you. It is simply moving around you. And it will pass. Because light always overcomes what tries to hide in darkness. Archangel Michael's presence ensures that what is meant for you will not be taken, and what is not meant for you will not remain. That is the balance being restored. That is the protection being activated. So do not be distracted by surface-level events. Do not let temporary confusion pull you away from what you already feel deep within. The battle may be hidden, but its outcome is already being determined. and you are not on the losing side. You are being shielded, guided, and prepared all at once. So stay grounded, stay aware, and most importantly, stay aligned. Because while the unseen battle reaches its peak, something greater is about to break through. There is a deeper meaning behind the instruction you were given, something that goes beyond the physical act of locking your doors. Yes, it is wise to be aware of your surroundings, to create a space of safety, but the message carries a spiritual weight that many will overlook if they only hear it on the surface. Because the house you are in is not just walls and doors, it is your environment, your energy, your atmosphere, and everything that has been allowed to exist within it. And right now, that space is holding more than you realize. Every place carries an imprint. Every room holds a history. Conversations, emotions, intentions, whether spoken or unspoken, leave behind traces. Over time, these traces build into an atmosphere that either supports clarity or hides truth. And as June 9th approaches, that atmosphere will no longer be able to conceal what has been sitting quietly beneath it. Have you ever walked into a room and felt something was off, even though everything looked normal? That subtle discomfort, that unexplainable tension, that is your spirit picking up on what your eyes cannot yet see. And if you have felt that within your own space recently, you must not ignore it. Because your environment has been speaking to you in ways you may not have fully understood. There may be energies attached to past moments, arguments that were never resolved, intentions that were never pure, or even presences that were never meant to stay. These are not things to fear, but they are things to acknowledge. Because when truth begins to move, nothing hidden can remain covered, not even within the place you call your own. This is why the instruction was clear. Lock your doors, not just to keep something out, but to contain what is about to be revealed within. Because once the shift begins, your space will respond. You may notice sudden changes in how a room feels. You may become aware of details you overlooked before. Objects, memories, or even certain areas of your home may suddenly carry a different weight. This is not your imagination. This is awareness expanding. And as that awareness grows, so does your responsibility to remain calm and grounded. Do not rush to cleanse everything immediately. Do not react out of discomfort, because what is being revealed must first be understood. There is a difference between reacting to what you feel and discerning what it means. And in this moment, discernment is more valuable than action. Archangel Michael's presence extends into your space as well. He does not only protect you as an individual, he guards the environment you are in. His energy brings clarity where there was confusion, peace where there was tension, and truth where there was concealment. But his work is not to hide what is there, it is to expose it so that it no longer has power over you. That exposure may feel unsettling at first, because sometimes what we discover is not what we expected. There may be realizations connected to the people who have entered your space, conversations that now make more sense, moments that felt small at the time but now reveal deeper meaning. You may begin to connect patterns that were once scattered, forming a clear understanding of what has truly been present around you. This is not meant to disturb your peace. This is meant to restore it. Because true peace cannot exist where truth is hidden. It can only exist where everything is seen clearly, understood fully, and placed in its rightful position. And that is exactly what is about to happen. So as June 9th approaches, become more aware of your environment. Not with fear, but with attention. Notice how you feel in your space. Notice what stands out. Notice what no longer feels aligned. These observations are not random. They are part of the preparation. And when the moment arrives, when the shift fully activates, You will not be caught off guard by what your space reveals. You will recognize it. You will understand it. And most importantly, you will no longer be influenced by what was once hidden within it. Because the house you are in is not just a place you live in, it is a space where truth is about to be uncovered. There comes a precise moment when everything hidden reaches its limit, when truth can no longer be delayed, covered, or softened. And when that moment arrives, it does not ask for permission. It simply breaks through. Due ninth carries that exact energy. It is not gradual. It is not uncertain. It is decisive. You will feel it, not as confusion, but as a sudden clarity that cannot be ignored. It may come in a single realization, a conversation, an unexpected event, or even a quiet inner knowing that rises so strongly you can no longer question it. What once felt unclear will suddenly make perfect sense. What once felt confusing will align into understanding. And what once felt hidden will stand directly in front of you, undeniable and exposed. This is the moment many people fear without realizing it. Because truth, while freeing, can also be confronting. It removes the comfort of illusion. It takes away the ability to pretend something is not there. It brings everything into the light, exactly as it is, without filters, without distortion. And for those who are unprepared, that can feel overwhelming. But for you, this moment is different. You were prepared for this. Every sign, every shift, every feeling you experienced leading up to this point was guiding you here. Not to shock you, but to steady you. Not to break you, but to strengthen your ability to see clearly without losing your balance. So when the truth breaks through, you must remember this. Do not react immediately. Observe it. Let it unfold fully. Allow it to reveal all its layers before you decide what it means for you. Because sometimes the first thing you see is only the surface. And if you respond too quickly, you may miss the deeper understanding that follows. Truth has depth, and that depth requires patience. There may be moments where you feel a surge of emotion, surprise, disappointment, even relief. All of these responses are natural, but do not let them control your actions. Stay grounded. Stay centered. Because your strength in this moment will not come from reacting. It will come from understanding. Archangel Michael stands with you as this truth emerges. His presence ensures that what is revealed is not distorted, not manipulated, and not incomplete. He brings clarity that cuts through confusion instantly. Where there were questions, there will now be answers. Where there was doubt, there will now be certainty. And that certainty will not feel forced. It will feel undeniable. There is also something important you must accept in this moment. Not everything revealed will be comfortable. Some truths may challenge what you believed. Some may require you to let go of attachments you held onto. Some may shift your perspective in ways you did not expect. But none of it is happening to harm you. It is happening to align you with what is real. Because living in truth, even when it is difficult, is far more powerful than living in comfort built on illusion. This is the breakthrough. This is the turning point. And once it happens, there is no going back to what things felt like before. You will not be able to unsee what has been shown to you. You will not be able to ignore what has been revealed. And that is not a loss. It is a transformation. Because from that moment forward, your decisions will come from clarity, not confusion. Your connections will be based on truth, not assumption. Your path will be guided by understanding, not uncertainty. So when the moment arrives, and it will, do not panic. Do not resist it. Do not try to hold on to what is already being uncovered. Instead, stand still within yourself. Let the truth settle. Let it speak fully. and trust that what is being revealed is exactly what you need to see. Because this is not just about exposure, this is about liberation. And once truth breaks through, nothing false will be able to hold its place in your life any longer. There is something powerful happening in this moment that you must not overlook, because while truth is rising, while separation is taking place, while hidden things are being exposed, protection is also being released. Not ordinary protection, not something fragile or temporary, but a divine shield that has been specifically activated for those who are aware, those who are aligned, and those who are willing to receive it. This is what many fail to understand. God never allows revelation without covering. He never brings exposure without protection. And as June 9th approaches, there is a spiritual code, an unseen alignment, that is being unlocked for you. This code is not something you type, not something you calculate. It is something you step into through your awareness, your stillness, and your trust. The moment you choose to remain grounded instead of reacting, the moment you choose to observe instead of panic, the moment you choose to trust instead of doubt, you activate this protection. It is already around you, but it must be acknowledged to be fully experienced. Archangel Michael stands at the center of this protection, extending a shield that does not just block what is harmful, it filters what is allowed to reach you. That means not everything will affect you the same way it affects others. While some may feel overwhelmed, confused, or shaken, you will find yourself held in a strange but powerful sense of calm. Not because nothing is happening, but because you are covered while it happens. This is the difference. Protection does not mean absence of events. It means stability within them. You may still witness changes. You may still observe truth being revealed. You may still feel the atmosphere shift around you. But what you will not feel, if you remain aligned, is chaos within yourself. Because the protection being placed over you is not external alone, it is internal. It strengthens your mind. It steadies your emotions. It sharpens your discernment. And most importantly, it keeps you from being pulled into what is not meant for you. There will be moments where situations unfold around you that seem intense. People may react strongly. Voices may rise. Energy may feel unstable. But in those moments, you will notice something different about yourself. You will not feel the same urgency to engage. You will not feel the same pressure to respond. Instead, there will be a quiet awareness within you, guiding you to remain still, to remain observant, to remain protected. That is the code activating. But here is what you must understand clearly: protection requires participation. You cannot step into panic and expect peace to hold you. You cannot feed fear and expect clarity to guide you. You cannot ignore what you have been shown and expect alignment to remain steady. The protection is available, but your choices determine how fully you experience it. So choose stillness. Choose awareness. Choose trust. Because every time you do, you strengthen the shield around you. And as this shield strengthens, you will begin to notice something even more powerful. You will not just be protected from confusion, you will begin to see through it. Situations that once seemed complex will become simple. Intentions that once felt hidden will become obvious. You will move with a quiet confidence, not because you are controlling what is happening, but because you understand it. This is the higher level of protection. It is not just defense, it is clarity. Archangel Michael's presence ensures that this clarity is not clouded. His role is not only to guard you, but to guide you through what is unfolding with precision. You are not walking blindly into this moment. You are being led through it with purpose. So do not underestimate what has been given to you. Do not treat this awareness lightly, because what you carry right now is something many are searching for but have not yet found. And as June 9th arrives, you will see the difference. You will feel the difference. You will stand in the middle of shifting circumstances and remain steady. If you feel this protection surrounding you even now, if something within you is confirming that you are covered, then receive it fully. Type "I am protected" and aligned in the comments right now. Blessing code 8822 has just been released over your path. And as this divine protection settles over your life, understand that you are not just being shielded, you are being positioned to help others find their way through the same storm. This message is a light, and lights are meant to be shared, not hidden. When you step forward in obedience and support this mission, you become a channel through which that light multiplies. God is speaking even now. Give, and it shall be given unto you. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Let that promise move through you as action. Say within your spirit, I am sowing into the spread of truth, and lives will be changed because of it. Your super thanks or PayPal support, available in every video description and through the QR code, is not just a contribution, it is a prophetic seed. As you release it, heaven responds with increase, clarity, and divine favor over your life. Do not delay this moment. Act now and become part of what God is doing through this message. There is something you must face with honesty right now, because not everyone who hears a warning chooses to follow it. Some will listen, feel something stir within them, and then move on as if nothing was said. They will return to distraction, to routine, to comfort, and in doing so, they will place themselves directly in the path of confusion when the moment arrives. This is not said to create fear. It is said to reveal truth. Because ignoring a divine warning does not stop what is coming, it only removes your preparation for it. June 9th will unfold whether someone believes it or not. The shift will happen. The truth will rise. The separation will take place. But those who have chosen not to be aware, not to be still, not to be aligned, they will experience it very differently. What was meant to bring clarity will feel like chaos. What was meant to guide will feel overwhelming. What was meant to protect will feel distant. Not because protection was not available, but because it was not received. When you ignore what your spirit has already confirmed, you disconnect yourself from the very guidance that was placed within you. That quiet knowing you felt, that sense that this message matters, that inner pull telling you to pay attention, that was your protection speaking. And to dismiss it is to silence the very voice that was trying to lead you safely through what is coming. Many people rely only on what they can see. If something is not visible, not proven, not immediately logical, they ignore it. But by the time something becomes obvious in the physical world, it has already been unfolding in the spiritual realm for much longer. And those who refuse to see it early are the ones who struggle the most when it finally appears. This is why awareness matters. This is why stillness matters. This is why alignment matters. Because without these, you are left reacting instead of understanding. And reaction, in moments of truth, can lead to decisions that are driven by emotion rather than clarity. You may speak when you should remain silent. You may act when you should observe. You may hold on to something that is being removed for your protection. And in doing so, you create unnecessary struggle in a moment that was meant to bring release. Ignoring the warning does not mean you will be punished, but it does mean you may feel unprepared. And unpreparedness in a moment of truth can feel like instability. There may be people around you who dismiss everything you have heard. They may laugh it off, question it, or try to pull you back into their way of thinking. But you must not let their lack of awareness become your distraction. Because not everyone is meant to recognize the signs at the same time. Not everyone is willing to see what is being revealed. But you are. That is why you are here. That is why this message reached you. So do not follow the crowd in ignoring what matters. Do not silence your discernment just to feel comfortable. Do not trade awareness for temporary ease, because what feels easy now may feel overwhelming later if you are not prepared. Instead, stand firm in what you have received, even if others do not understand it, even if it feels different from what you are used to, because truth often separates before it unites, and you are being given the opportunity to stand on the side of clarity before the full revelation arrives. Archangel Michael's presence does not force you to follow. It guides you to choose. His protection is offered, but it must be accepted. His clarity is available, but it must be embraced. And right now, you are being given that choice. To listen or to ignore. To prepare or to delay. To trust or to doubt. But understand this clearly: every choice carries an outcome. And when June 9th arrives, the difference between those choices will become visible. So do not take this lightly. Do not push it aside. Do not convince yourself that it does not matter, because it does. And the fact that you are hearing this now means you still have time to choose wisely. Choose awareness. Choose stillness. Choose alignment. And when the moment comes, you will not be shaken by it. You will understand it. There are moments in life that divide everything into before and after, moments so powerful that once they pass, nothing feels the same again. June 9th carries that kind of weight. It is not just another day on the calendar. It is a threshold. And once you cross it, you will step into a reality that has been reshaped by truth. This is the shift that will change everything. At first, it may not appear dramatic to the outside world. People will continue their routines. Conversations will still happen. Life, on the surface, may seem to move forward as usual. But within you, and within the deeper layers of your reality, something irreversible will have taken place. Clarity will replace confusion. What once felt uncertain will now feel defined. Decisions that once felt difficult will become obvious. The inner struggle you may have carried, questioning, doubting, wondering, will begin to dissolve. Because once truth is revealed, it removes the need to guess. And that alone will change how you move through your life. You will no longer tolerate what you once overlooked. You will no longer entertain what you once questioned. You will no longer hold on to connections, situations, or patterns that do not align with what has been shown to you. Not out of anger, not out of pride, but out of understanding. Because when you truly see something, you cannot unsee it. This is where many experience the real shift. Not in what is happening around them, but in how they respond to it. Some will resist this change. They will try to return to what felt familiar. They will attempt to rebuild what has already been revealed as unstable. But that effort will only bring frustration. Because once truth has done its work, illusion cannot hold its place the same way again. But for you, this shift will feel different. It may feel like release. Like a weight you didn't fully realize you were carrying has been lifted. Like a door that was once closed has quietly opened. And even if the path ahead is not fully visible yet, there will be a deep sense within you that you are moving in the right direction. That is alignment. This is what the shaking was always meant to create. Not destruction, but correction. Not loss, but realignment. Not confusion, but clarity. And as this shift settles, you will begin to notice something even more powerful. Your energy will change. The way you speak, the way you think, the way you interact with others, it will all begin to reflect the truth you have stepped into. You will become more selective, more aware, more grounded. Not because you are trying to be different, but because you are no longer operating from the same level of understanding. Archangel Michael remains present through this transition. His role does not end when truth is revealed. It continues as you move forward with what you now know. He guides your steps, ensuring that the path you take is aligned with what has been uncovered. He protects you from slipping back into confusion. He strengthens your ability to walk forward with confidence. And this is where your next chapter begins. Not based on what you hoped was true, but based on what has been revealed as truth. This shift will also influence the people around you. Some will naturally move closer, aligning with your new level of clarity. Others will drift away, no longer able to connect with the version of you that has now changed. And while that may feel uncomfortable at times, it is necessary. Because growth requires separation from what no longer fits. And this shift is growth in its purest form. So as everything begins to settle, do not try to return to how things were. Do not question whether the change was necessary. Do not doubt what you have already seen. Instead, embrace it. Stand in it. Allow it to guide your next steps. Because what comes after this shift is not something to fear, it is something to step into. With clarity. With strength. With certainty. Because June 9th is not just the moment everything changes, it is the moment you begin to see your life as it was always meant to be. There is a truth you must accept now. Fully and without hesitation, you were not brought here by chance. Out of countless voices, countless distractions, countless moments that could have pulled your attention elsewhere, you are here, hearing this, feeling this, recognizing this. That is not random. That is not coincidence. That is selection. You were chosen to hear this message. Not because you are perfect. Not because you have everything figured out. But because something within you was ready. Ready to see. Ready to understand. Ready to step into a level of awareness that others may not yet be willing to reach. And that readiness is what allowed this message to find you at exactly the right time. Think about your journey. All the moments that didn't make sense. All the situations that felt confusing, delayed, or even unfair. All the times you questioned why things were happening the way they were. You may not have had the answers then, but now, you are beginning to see that every step was preparing you for this moment. Nothing was wasted. Every experience sharpened your discernment. Every challenge strengthened your awareness. Every delay positioned you more precisely. And now, here you are not by accident, but by design. Here is something different about those who are chosen to receive truth early. They often feel out of place before they feel aligned. They notice things others ignore. They question what others accept without thinking. And at times, that can feel isolating. It can make you wonder if you are overthinking, if you are reading too deeply into things, if you are seeing something that isn't really there. But now you know you were seeing clearly all along. And what you are stepping into now is confirmation of that clarity. Archangel Michael's presence in your life is not new. He has been guiding you long before this moment, protecting you from things you never saw, redirecting you when you were about to move in the wrong direction, placing quiet resistance in your path when something was not meant for you. You may not have recognized it at the time, but now, looking back, you can begin to see the pattern. You were never alone. You were being led. In this moment, this message is part of that guidance. Because being chosen to hear something like this comes with responsibility. Not pressure, not fear, but awareness. You now carry a level of understanding that requires you to move differently, to think differently, to respond differently. You cannot go back to ignoring what your spirit shows you. You cannot pretend not to see what has already been revealed. You cannot return to a state of unawareness once clarity has reached you. And that is not a burden. It is a gift. Because with awareness comes power. The power to make decisions from truth. The power to walk away from what is not aligned. The power to stand firm even when others do not understand. This is what it means to be chosen. Not elevated above others, but positioned ahead of confusion. So that when the shift fully unfolds, when the truth becomes undeniable, when the separation becomes visible, you will not be lost in it. You will be steady. You will be clear. You will be ready. There may be moments where you question why you had to see this first, why you had to feel this before others, why you had to carry this awareness when it would be easier not to. But those questions will fade as you begin to see the purpose behind it. Because those who see early walk stronger later, and that strength is what will guide you forward, not just for yourself, but for the impact you will have on others who will eventually seek clarity from those who already understand. So accept this truth now. You were chosen to hear this. You were chosen to understand this. You were chosen to be prepared for what is coming. And as June 9th arrives, you will not stand in confusion. You will stand in awareness. And that awareness will lead you exactly where you need to go. Beloved one, as everything you have heard begins to settle within your spirit, there is something you must hold on to now more than ever. This is not the end of something breaking. It is the beginning of something being restored. Yes, June 9th carries intensity. Yes, it brings exposure, separation, and truth that cannot be hidden anymore. But beyond all of that there is peace. A deep, unshakable peace that only comes after what was unstable has been removed. Because God does not shake your reality to destroy you. He shakes it to free you from what was quietly holding you back. And once that release happens, everything changes in a way that feels lighter, clearer, and more aligned. You will begin to notice the silence. Not an empty silence, but a peaceful one. The kind of silence that no longer feels heavy with confusion or tension. The kind that allows you to breathe deeply without questioning what surrounds you. The kind that reassures you that what needed to happen has already happened. This is the peace that follows truth. It does not rush in loudly. It settles gently. And when it arrives, you will feel it in your mind, in your heart, in your spirit. The overthinking will quiet down. The emotional weight will begin to lift. The constant questioning will fade into understanding. And for the first time in a long time, you will feel grounded in what is real. This is your new foundation. Not built on assumptions. Not built on illusions. But built on truth that hath been revealed and understood. Archangel Michael remains with you in this stage as well. His presence does not disappear once the storm passes. It becomes even more reassuring. He stands as a guardian of the peace you have stepped into, ensuring that what has been cleared does not return to disrupt you again. His protection becomes steady, calm, and constant, no longer preparing you for battle, but helping you remain anchored in clarity. And as you move forward from this moment, you will begin to trust yourself more. Your discernment will feel sharper. Your decisions will feel more certain. Your path will feel more stable. Not because everything around you is perfect, but because everything within you is aligned. There may still be changes ahead. There may still be moments that require adjustment. But the difference now is this: you will not face them with confusion. You will face them with understanding. And that understanding will guide you through whatever comes next. So release any fear you may still be holding. Release the need to control what is already in God's hands. Release the weight of what has already been revealed. Because you are stepping into a space where you no longer need to carry what was never meant to stay. You are safe. You are guided. You are protected. And most importantly, you are aligned. Let that truth settle deeply within you. Let it calm your spirit. Let it remind you that everything that has unfolded was not meant to harm you. It was meant to bring you here to this moment of peace, clarity, and quiet strength. If you feel this peace entering your spirit right now, if you feel the calm after everything that has been revealed, then receive it fully. Type "I am at peace and aligned" in the comments right now. Blessing code 9900 has just been released over your life. And as this peace settles over you, hear this final calling. It is not by accident that you remained until this very moment. This message did not just transform you, it is meant to flow through you and reach others who are still waiting in confusion. God is speaking through your obedience right now. Those who bring light to others will themselves be filled with light. If your spirit is moved, declare it boldly. I am a vessel for this message, and I will help it reach the one who needs it most. Your super thanks or PayPal offering, available in every video description and through the QR code, becomes a seed that multiplies truth across nations, across hearts, across lives. This is not just giving, this is alignment with a divine assignment. As you release your seed, may open heavens respond over you. May peace overflow in your home, and may divine favor follow your steps. Step into this moment with faith. Act now.